If you own SCHD, you're not wrong. But what if I told you that SCHD may not be the best dividend-focused ETF on the market right now? Yields have shifted, index rules matter more than ever, and depending on whether you want growth, income stability, or inflation protection, there may be better alternatives for your portfolio today. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 dividend ETFs that are alternatives to that of SCHD. And I know over the years, I've been very defensive of SCHD, and I continue to have it in my portfolio, but it might not be the best fit for everyone. So hopefully I'll help clear that up by the end of today's video. So before we jump in, do me a huge favor, click that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into it. Hey everyone, Mark Rusin here, back for another video. As always, I'm a CPA and not a financial advisor, so please do not take this as financial advice. And before we begin, let me thank today's video sponsor, which is The Motley Fool. The Motley Fool has a ton of great resources and products available for investors of all different levels. And right now, if you go to fool.com/Mark, you could sign up to see their 10 best stocks to buy right now. So let me be clear right up front. SCHD is still a very high quality dividend ETF, but it's important to know how it's formed, why it's underperforming, and how interest rates can affect performance and sector performance of that particular ETF. So with that, let's take a quick refresh of SCHD, or the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, which is still among the most widely searched dividend ETFs you will find all across social media, and still a dividend favorite among those types of investors. Taking a look here at SCHD, you can see the ETF has assets under management, or AUM, of $72 billion. However, in terms of performance over the past 12 months, the ETF is up only 2%, and that's become frustrating for investors. But when you look here at this chart from 2016 until the end of 2021, SCHD actually traded in lockstep with the S&P 500. Then what happened in 2022? We saw a market sell-off, but what held together were the dividend-paying portfolio, that of SCHD, easily outperforming the S&P 500 in a big way. But since the end of 2022, the stock market has had a big run led by technology and AI stocks in general. And looking at this chart, you can see a 3-year return of 84% for the S&P 500 compared to only 24% for SCHD. For those of you unaware, SCHD actually goes through an annual reconstitution, which means it goes through an algorithm to determine which 100 stocks are going to be in the portfolio for the next 12 months. This is something that happens during the springtime in March. Let's take a look here at the prospectus so that you can get a better idea of how the portfolio is actually constructed. All eligible companies must have at least 10 consecutive years of dividend payments, not dividend growth. They just have to pay a dividend for 10 consecutive years. They need to have a market cap of at least $500 million. Stocks are then lined up based on highest yield, but then they start looking into solid cash flow to debt ratios, the company's ROE, and their 5-year dividend growth rate. So you get a unique combination of companies that not only pay dividends, but usually growing dividends and have stable balance sheets. So before we take a look at the holdings, let's take a look at the sector breakdown. And as you can see here, the top sector in SCHD is going to be energy, which is then followed by consumer staples, healthcare, and then technology is further down the list, accounting for only roughly 10% of the entire portfolio. And when we take a look here, you can see the sector performance for the S&P 500 over the past 12 months. And where are the 2 worst performing sectors on the year? One of them's energy and consumer staples, both at the top of SCHD, only up 2.5%, which explains more about the 1% return for SCHD. In terms of top holdings, they include Merck, Cisco, Amgen, Bristol-Myers, AbbVie, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Lockheed Martin, ConocoPhillips, and Chevron. So when you take a look at those top holdings right there, and you compare it to what have the leaders been in the S&P 500 or in the stock market for the past few years, it's been AI technology stocks, particularly Mag 7, these huge mega cap type companies. Many of them you won't find in SCHD, hence the underperformance. However, when markets pull back and those technology stocks, AI stocks, pull back in a big way, what's there to hold up your portfolio? It's going to be an ETF like SCHD. Now let's have a look at the dividend stats when it comes to SCHD, and this is one of the big intriguing factors for many investors. The ETF has a dividend yield of nearly 4%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of nearly 10%, and 14 consecutive years of dividend growth. This is a dividend ETF that has a higher yield than many high-yield focused ETFs and faster dividend growth than many dividend growth focused ETFs. And that right there is why it's still a solid holding within my portfolio. It is a great complement to those tech-heavy type portfolios, to those S&P 500 heavy portfolios, those triple Qs. When those things pull back, SCHD is going to be there to solidify your portfolio. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transition away from SCHD and look at a few alternatives. Beginning with our first ETF, which is going to be VIG, or the Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF. And as you can imagine in the name here, this is an ETF that's focused on not only companies that pay regular dividends, but many of them paying growing dividends. This is an ETF where they're looking for consistency, at least 10 consecutive years of dividend growth. Those types of companies need consistent cash flows. Those types of companies need solid balance sheets. When it comes to VIG, they have assets under management of $120 billion, so technically larger than SCHD, but not nearly as popular in terms of coverage across social media when compared to SCHD. Over the past 12 months, shares of VIG have climbed 12.6%, much more respectable than SCHD, which has been relatively flat. Why do we see the outperformance in VIG as compared to SCHD? Well, it's how this portfolio is put together. They take an approach of focusing more on those technology type stocks. Those are the ones that have been outperforming, hence the outperformance we've seen in VIG. When it comes to a sector breakdown, as you can see, technology is the largest in terms of exposure, accounting for nearly 30% of the ETF, followed then by financials at 21% and healthcare at 17%. And when we look back at the top sectors in the S&P 500 year to date, what do we see? Technology in second place with a 21% return, and financials a solid 12.5% return themselves. The top positions in VIG include Broadcom, Microsoft, Apple, JP Morgan, Eli Lilly, Visa, ExxonMobil, Johnson & Johnson, Walmart, and MasterCard. In total, the ETF has 343 positions, with the top 10 accounting for 35%. In terms of the dividend, you're going to get a lower yield here at 1.6%, but you will take that when the performance is that much better. And the 5-year dividend growth rate is also nearly 10%, with 11 consecutive years of dividend growth for the ETF. So as you can see there, as I mentioned, this ETF tilts much more heavily, almost 30% exposure to technology, hence the outperformance. But that performance could actually be even higher because their top stock, the top position in the portfolio, is Broadcom. And in the past week, Broadcom shares have pulled back roughly 20%. So if you're a dividend investor, not focusing much on yield, and you have a much longer term horizon, dividend growth is going to be your compounding friend. And VIG is a great alternative to SCHD. Next up on our list is going to be the second alternative, which is going to be DGRO, or the iShares Core Dividend Growth ETF. And in my eyes, this is one of the most underrated dividend ETFs on the market today. And again, another name that you will find in my portfolio. And if you're interested in seeing my entire portfolio, then make sure you join my newsletter, The Stock Investor's Edge, where I have a full Discord community to see any stock that I'm buying or ETF I'm buying or selling, and you get weekly updates in the market, stock deep dives. Check out the link down in the description below. When it comes to DGRO, this is an ETF that has assets under management of $36 billion, so smaller than both SCHD and VIG. In terms of performance, over the past 12 months, shares of DGRO have climbed 13.5%, higher than both ETFs we've looked at thus far. Similar to those first two ETFs that we've looked at, again, DGRO is looking for dividend-paying companies, consistent dividend-paying companies, not focused as much on high yield like that of SCHD, but still high-quality, cash-flowing businesses that can generate solid returns. Like VIG, DGRO is also well-diversified, even more so than VIG, as financials are the top sector at a little over 20% exposure, then followed by technology, so still a heavy tech exposure, and third is healthcare. So really the top three are very similar to that of VIG, hence the performance similarities. The top positions include Johnson & Johnson, Apple, JP Morgan, ExxonMobil, AbbVie, Microsoft, Broadcom, Merck, Procter & Gamble, and United Health. In total, the ETF has 405 positions, with the top 10 accounting for 27%. With DGRO, it's really like a blend of those first two ETFs we've looked at, SCHD, and then the first alternative in VIG. VIG, a lot more growth names, and SCHD, those higher yield, stable names. You get the best of both worlds here in VIG. You get the stable balance sheets, you get the higher yield to a degree, but also mixed in is going to be those low yield, faster growing companies with strong dividend growth. That's why I love DGRO. Now let's take a look at the dividend, where you're still going to get a lower yield than that of SCHD at 2.1%, but slightly higher than VIG. The 5-year dividend growth rate is 7%, and we have seen 11 consecutive years of dividend growth. DGRO, again, is that middle ground, and if SCHD feels a little bit more value-oriented and you're looking for a little bit more growth without giving up too much in terms of yield, DGRO is going to be a great option for you. And now we get to our final SCHD alternative, and that's going to be DIVO, or the Amplify Enhanced Dividend Income ETF. And this one is much different than any ETF that we've looked at here today. It has similarities in which it invests in blue chip dividend paying companies, but at the same time, it implements a cash flow perspective by utilizing options to enhance that dividend yield that's paid to you on a monthly basis. So if you like income, you're going to love DIVO. The ETF currently has assets under management of $6 billion. It's been around, though, for less than 10 years, so still relatively new. And over the past 12 months, shares are up 12%. But notice, I said shares. If you've watched my videos for any amount of time, you've heard me when talking about dividend investing, is the fact that dividend investing is not a one-year investment strategy. Dividend investing is a total return strategy. It's a longer-term focus. It's share price appreciation plus the dividend income. And then you start putting compounding into that, where the power of compounding cannot be underestimated. So looking back here at this chart, we can see DIVO, and you could see the 12-month return is actually more like 17%, because now we're not looking at share price appreciation, we're looking at total return. So what does this ETF actually do? So again, as I mentioned, a different approach to those other ETFs. They're still investing in blue chip stocks, and we'll take a look at their top holdings here in a second, but they're implementing an option strategy by utilizing covered calls to juice that yield for you. DIVO is an ETF not trying to maximize dividend growth, but in fact trying to generate consistent income. Now let's take a look at the top holdings, which include Raytheon, American Express, IBM, Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, Caterpillar, JP Morgan, Visa, CME Group, and Apple. In total, the ETF has just 30 positions, with the top 10 accounting for 50% of the ETF. There's a lot of different investors that this ETF could make sense for. If you are near retirement or in retirement, could be a great ETF because it's going to provide consistent income. Or maybe you want to utilize an option strategy, but more of a hands-off approach. That's not something I particularly like to do because I use options in my Discord and do it on a regular basis, so you're not going to find DIVO in my portfolio. But let's say you don't want to get involved with options. DIVO could be a great way to juice those yields and provide that consistent monthly dividend income for you. So to recap, SCHD is still, there's nothing wrong with it, but you just need to understand how it's built. It's not built to be this high flyer by any means. You're going to get a solid dividend, you're going to get strong dividend growth, and it's going to be a great complement to those tech-heavy positions. If you are overweight in tech, overweight in a lot of growth stocks, when those things pull back, you want to have some diversification. SCHD is a great way to diversify. But if you're looking for other alternatives that are going to grow when those particular high-flying areas are growing at the same time, while also getting strong dividend growth and a yield, here's 3 alternatives: VIG, DGRO, and if you want that option strategy included, it's going to be DIVO. Let me know down in the comments which of these 3 ETFs, alternatives to SCHD, do you like best? And secondly, do you prefer SCHD or one of the alternatives in your portfolio? Thanks again for watching. If you found any value, just click that like button down below. It really helps with the growth of this channel, gets us back flowing in the algorithm at the same time, and I truly appreciate it. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.